today. We'll hear more about that later. And we'll have Wyland up to speak in just a minute. Before we get going, though, I'd like to introduce or actually recognize some people that are in the crowd. From the Port of Seattle, we have Commissioner Calkins and the Chief Operating Officer, David Soike. David, we can always see you from a distance. Great. Friends of the Waterfront, World Trade Center, Chamber of Commerce are all here with us as well. Some visitors from the Clarks from the Seattle Historic Waterfront Association. Thank you for joining us, as well as Visit Seattle, which does a phenomenal job bringing more tourists to our wonderful city. All right, we've got a lot of media, some incredible volunteers that follow Wyland and have done an amazing job keeping things on track and keeping Wyland on track, quite frankly, right? Yeah. So I'm not the one you want to listen to, but I have to tell one small story. In 1984, 1985, I was the front desk clerk at the Edgewater. I left for 30 years and I came back. When I was here in 1985, Wyland was painting that first mural, right? And probably my favorite story is I got this 27-year-old kid in front of me painting the mural. He's got one of those nice 1980s mustaches going on, the curly perm and all of that. Wyland, I had to do it to you, brother. It is. Good. Enough said for me. If I could just have Commissioner Calkins come for a moment. Where'd you go, Ryan?
Thank you so much. I know you're not here to hear a commissioner speak when we've got a rock star and a Hall of Famer here, but I just wanted to say two things. The Port of Seattle is right over here, so we get to look out our windows and see this lovely mural. Thank you so much. But it really speaks to what's happening on our waterfront in Seattle right now, which is this incredible revitalization. If you're new to the area or in town visiting, you've probably seen the destruction of the viaduct, which is taking place right now, and opening up our waterfront to our city. And this is like a capstone for that. For us, it's really important that people come down to the waterfront and have an amazing experience. So we're really grateful to the Edgewater to take on these kinds of projects. And then there's something else about this that I think is really important, and that is the subject matter of this particular art piece, and that's the orca. For us at the Port of Seattle, we are stewards of the waterfront and the Salish Sea behind us. And the fact that Wyland has chosen to feature the killer whale population, which for us is near and dear to us. If you're following closely, you know that our resident killer whales are in need of preservation and protection right now. There's 75 of them who live in these waters, who stay here year-round, and they're under threat. And we have just undertaken a huge effort to preserve these incredible animals. And the most important thing we can do is raise awareness. And this kind of art, this kind of mural that everyone can see, reminds folks of how precious these things are. And so we're incredibly grateful to Wyland, to the Edgewater, to make this a priority. Thank you all for coming down. Thanks for making the waterfront part of your itinerary. And we're grateful to have you all.
Woo! And just one addition to the thank yous that was very, very important to me is the ownership group of the Edgewater is called Noble House Hotels and Resorts. And Scott and Jamie Coley are both here today. Gentlemen, thank you for providing this canvas, this wonderful canvas for Wyland to paint. Next up, Wyland, you got it.
Thank you.
Woo!
Hey, how about it for Bob? From clerk to general manager. Pretty cool. Hey, great honor for me. Let me speaking.
Your magnetic personality.
You've seen a microphone before?
Check.
All right, thank you, Ed. Wow. Okay, so this is really cool to be back here. I'm having so much deja vu. Do you guys remember the movie Groundhog Day? Yeah, right here. So I was here in '85. I did this mural as part of my 100. It was number 5. And it took me, let's see, the first one was in Laguna Beach in 1981. I thought it would take 30 years to accomplish my goal of 100 public murals. I did it in 27, 3 years ahead of schedule. That's right. Woo. And you work for free, man. You got to work fast. So anyway, we did this mural in 3 days because I had a tremendous amount of support from the hotel, from all the cool painters, scaffolding. PPG donated all that beautiful paint up there. Anyway, I'm really proud of this mural. It's number 101, and I think it's my best one. Woo! Thank you guys very much. So it was important to me to bring the message of art and conservation to a city that really respects and appreciates that. Seattle may be right at the top of the list, you know, in appreciating the environment. So it's the most appropriate mural at the most appropriate time in history. You know, we need an environmental renaissance period, and I think we're in it. Are we in that, you guys?
Yeah.
Well, I'm here to support it, and you know, art can play a very important role. I knew that from the beginning. And when you do art on a grand scale, it really captures the imagination of people. And I'm all down for the kids. I think if we plant these seeds of conservation in the hearts and minds of our youth, they'll be world changers, they'll be ambassadors. And that's why I'm here.
Woo!
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And I like to paint walls, I mean, you know. So anyway, it's simply the J pod is swimming in to meet up with the new pod that they just came up with. It's called the V pod. The Vedder pod is right there, the whole family. There's Ed and his family depicted life size, and Ed actually got on the scaffolding and painted. And I didn't know if I had to fix it, you know, when he left. I usually do, but he's quite a good artist. Did you do some of your album covers? So. No, but yeah, right. And he might have tagged a wall or two. No? Yeah. But anyway, it was a great honor to have one of Seattle's favorite sons join me on the scaffolding and paint the bee pod. There we go, right there. So anyway, we also got the mud shark on there. You guys know the story? Frank Zappa? I just heard that song again this morning. That's classic. But anyway, the Edgewater Inn, the rock and roll hotel, the cool boutique hotel, now has its Wailing Wall back. And we appreciate all you guys for helping it to happen. And this will be here for 20, 30 years for people to enjoy. So proud to be back, proud to present this back to the city of Seattle and the Seattle Port. I love these guys. In fact, 5 minutes after we dedicate it, I'm going to go do a sculpture of a 30-foot orca for the port. They haven't approved it yet, but that never stopped me before, man. So I want to bring Eddie Vedder up here from Pearl Jam, and Ed, come on up.
Woo!
Thank you, and thank you, Wyland, for inviting me a few days ago. I didn't know what a cool adventure it would be. I thought just to witness an artist work on this scale, and an artist that I've loved all your work. And as I travel around, I feel like I've seen almost everything you've done. And well, and then just to hear that because of all, 101 of these walls and murals, and that, the number is like a billion people see your art every year. And as a reminder to the fragility of the environment, the beauty of the environment. I've been asked before, I've been very fortunate in my life, a few great bands I always looked up to, invited me to either play live on stage or record with them. You inviting me up onto the scaffolding to participate and actually throw down some paint. It felt very much like that, working with another great artist. I really, really appreciate it.
I don't think it's the last one.
I would do it again in a heartbeat. And now that I'm used to the scaffolding, and the scaffolding guys are unbelievable. So that's Pedro and Jesus and all the team right there. I didn't think I'd be nervous on the scaffolding, but I was until I got to hang with these guys and made me feel safe. And you said that this is your favorite mural, but I have a feeling that you say that to all. But I have to admit, it is certainly one of the best, and when you say the timing of it, it could be the most important. I hope everybody out there in these upcoming elections, and everybody you support, whether it's from city council to the President of the United States, I really, truly hope at this time on this planet, and so fragile, I hope you vote with environment thoughts first. Thank you very much.
Woo!
Thank you, Ed. Great honor. Hey, guess what? Two Detroit Tigers are in town playing the Mariners, and Jack Morris, Hall of Famer, Detroit Tiger. Good friend of mine. Come on up, Jack. Just say hi to everybody and say hi.
I have to explain something. This is all coincidental for us. Wyland is a guy that I've admired his art for years. I've been to several of his galleries, in the Pacific, down in the Caribbean, and by circumstance, by happenstance, we ran into each other yesterday, found out he's from Detroit, and you know, just struck up a great conversation. He invited us to this thing. We're here partly to show Detroit your city. So impressed with everything, and this just adds to it. You're the best, man. Continued great luck and in everything you do, and thanks for having us. Thanks.
Woo!
I'm trying to throw out the first pitch tomorrow, so you guys root for me. And I'm not throwing from the front of the mound either. I'm going to throw some heat. You guys going to the game tomorrow?
Drop it.
All right. Well, again, we want you guys to celebrate this, and here's Bob to help you do that.
Just want to take a moment to put the glasses in the air for Wyland and a little toast and say thank you very much for your art. Thank you for your support of our environment, our clean waterways and healthy oceans. Wyland, you're awesome.
Woo!
Enjoy some food. Chef has done an amazing job. Thank you to the engineering team. Thank you to the painting crew. Stively, you guys were amazing. Enjoy your afternoon, everyone.
Seattle. Right?
Huh?
Seattle rocks.
Seattle fucking rocks.